This is funny. So just bear with me, right? I saw Coming to America, right? Part 2, that is, right? And I'm looking at it, right? You know, and I'm like saying to myself, you know, I took the time out to, you know, like really, you know, make sure that I'm tuned in and nobody is distracting me, right? This is this past Saturday, right? So I got my popcorn, I got my organic popcorn, you know, I put a little sea salt in it, and you know, I'm just prepared. I'm ready for this movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it has, you know, comedians out the ass. So I'm like, you know what? Tonight, I am going to die laughing. Point blank period, right? So I go to look at it, and as I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, So I got a thing, right? Bear with me. I'm making it all relevant. I got a thing with movies, right? The first 5 minutes, right? If you don't catch my attention, I'm turning you off. I don't care whether I pay for the movie or not. It's just that plain and simple, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because this is Eddie, and this is an all-black cast, and this is an all-black movie, and it is coming to Part 2, America, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, for quite some time, right? So as I'm looking at the movie, I'm like, yo, this is more modernized. Like I can see how they're catering towards the younger generation instead of just like really just telling the story. They're going above and beyond and try to bring it, modernize this movie that took, you know, that the storyline took place in the late 80s. And my thing is, you should have just stayed with that. You understand? And then they like relived or rehashed the old characters and the new and put them in the new movie, and it was just like a complete meltdown. It was horrible. It was just a mess. That plain and simple. I chuckled here and there like, I didn't even finish the whole movie. Period. I just cut it off. It's crazy because Wesley Snipes was pretty decent. You understand? But like Eddie Murphy's and Arsenio Hall's African accent was horrible in Part 1, but it was definitely recognizable. How can I say it? It was recognizably horrible in this movie. Like you can honestly say that is not an African accent. Period. That plain and simple. And it's crazy because like just tonight, you know, I was playing a PlayStation or whatever have you. I want to get that PlayStation 5 so bad, but anyway, the price got to go down. Anyway, playing a PS4, turned it off, and Bounce TV was on, and they had Harlem Nights. I looked at the first, it was like kind of like in the middle of the movie where Arsenio Hall made a mistake and shot his own friend up in the car, and then the other dude was like, he broke my nose, man. I laughed, and it was crazy. That was just 2 minutes of the movie in comparison to Coming to America, and it was, I know I looked at it for at least about an hour or so, and I just chuckled like, The point that I'm trying to make to you is that you do not have to support black movies, black actors, black rappers, R&B singers, dancers if they suck, plain and simple. I don't care what Black Twitter says. I don't care. Just because they had a all black cast and the writers were black, and I'm pretty sure that some of the people that backed it, you know, as far as money wise, were black. I don't care about that. If you put out a product and it's garbage, it's just that. This is the problem that I have with the black community, right? I'm doing this thing annually now, right? I started it in 2020. So it's called, the videos that I'm doing, it's 2020, and I still don't support black-owned businesses. Matter of fact, I did 3. The first one I did in 2019, but I didn't say it's 2019. I said I don't support black-owned businesses. That was the first one in 2019. Then the second one was it's 2020, and I still don't support black-owned businesses. And now this is the third one, which is it's 2021 and I still don't support black-owned businesses. And if next year, 2022, it's the same thing, I'm gonna keep on doing it until you all get your act together, because at the end of the day, black people are not exempt. They're not exempt from me, at least me. I'm speaking for myself. They're not exempt from me saying that shit sucked and I'm not patronizing it. Like, what is this? This is black privilege. We always talk about white privilege, but this is black privilege right here. You mean to tell me if your shit is garbage, I still gotta pay for it? I still gotta patronize your business or go to the movies and see a garbage movie like Coming to America? You gonna tell me that? This is what's so crazy to me. Like we're living in bizarro world. For real. Where we just accredit people that just don't deserve the credit. They just don't. Lil Uzi Vert, everybody's going crazy over Lil Uzi Vert. That, listen to what I'm saying. Please just sit down and be patient, especially you young people, because it's like every time I say something about your generation or your rappers or whatever, you start to go get all yeast infection on me. And what I mean by that is your pants get tighter. Anyway, so this dude takes a $24 million diamond or whatever it is and puts it and engraves it in his head. So I guess it's built into his skull or whatever have you, where if somebody were to move it or whatever, he can die, right? People are praising this dude, and his excuse is, I know people think it's crazy, but I'm Little Uzi Vert. I don't care who you are. That's the most dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. It's called self-mutilation, and you have personal problems. And I've done a video on Lil Uzi Vert and who he worships. I forgot his name, man. I forgot this dude's name, but the dude was a rock star. He died. He used to have sex with little girls, and he used to take his feces and throw it at his fans while he was performing in his concert. Peed on the fans and everything. He said it. Matter of fact, y'all scroll down on this channel, right, and you'll find it. I did a video on Lil Uzi Vert with him saying he praises this dude. I forgot the dude's name. But the dude was a rock and roll star, and he would have sex with little children, known pedophile. Sex with little children. He even said it. He said, yo, I'll have sex with anybody. Took feces and threw it at the fans, peed on the fans, all types of crazy shit. But see, this is the thing. Lil Uzi Vert gets a pass. This is crazy to me. This is crazy. I would not support black-owned businesses. I would not support, let me take it back. I would not support bad black-owned businesses. I would not support horrible actors. I won't even support, let me tell you something. I'm just going to be real with you so you can see that I'm not biased when it comes to generations. Like, I'll talk about my generation. I'll talk about your generation. Martin Lawrence, in my opinion, has never put out a good movie, ever, except for Life. Blue Streak was okay because Dave Chappelle was in it. I can't think of any other thing. The only thing that Martin Lawrence is like really, really good at and doing, and it's a classic, was Def Comedy Jam and the Martin Lawrence Show, or Martin. That's it. Eddie Murphy, he put out Coming to America, Harlem Nights, Beverly Hills Cops 1, Part 1 and 2, Delirious, and the other stand-up joint that he did, Outside in Life. Outside of that, all of those movies he's done sucked. Period. So my point in making is that I refuse to support a black actor that stars in movies that suck. If you come out with an album, like, Busta Rhymes is even though I only bought one of his albums, and seriously, believe it or not, I'm a complete fan of Busta Rhymes' work, right? But I've only bought 2 of his projects, really like one, because that's how old I am. So we had cassette tapes, right? Side A, side B. I bought Woo-Ha, that was side A, and side B was Everything Remains Raw. I bought that single, and then I recently bought Extinction Level Event Part 2. That's it. In between that, okay, Extinction Level Event Part 1, Anarchy, Big Bang Theory, and I'll give him The Coming, which is his first album, and Extinction Level Event Part 2. That's it. All the other albums he's came out with sucked, because what Busta Rhymes is, and I'm not trying to be funny, as of lately he's been consistent with his music, but I'm talking about in the past. Busta Rhymes is known for making hits, like hits at the hits. He'll come out and you'll be like, yo, this dude, he got 3 hits. You like, yo, his album gots to be fire. You get that shit and you be like, I wish I could just take this shit back. But the point that I'm making at the end of the day, man, why are we supporting mediocre shit? Like, I'm glad that Coming to America didn't, like, I didn't go see it in a movie theater. I would have been highly upset. Straight up. I would have threw my popcorn at the usher. I would unleash my frustration on someone. I just can't believe, how do you butcher up a movie that's a classic? Yo, let me tell you something. See, now I agree with you young folks. Listen, let me tell you something. We're older now. And let's just be real. Let's just be real. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Queen Latifah and the Equalizer, yo, you'll last you probably last another year. Other than that, nobody want to see you. We all know that Queen Latifah could really throw down, for real. But at the end of the day, I seen one of the shows and I was like, nah, no. You're not good as far as being the Equalizer. You're just not. You're just not. You see what I'm saying? And we just got to be honest with one another. That's it. Honesty is the best policy. It's that plain and simple. I'm not going to support you if you whack. I'm just not. And I just get so goddamn tired. This is another thing I get tired of. Why is it that when it's an important time, like history stops and we tune in, and, you know, like take for example, the Lil Wayne situation. This happened a couple years back when the black lady asked him about Black Lives Matter. Does he know anything about Black Lives Matter? And this retard, aka I drink cough syrup but I don't cough, aka I almost died 2 to 3 times off of cough syrup, aka, well, you know, I got the prescription for it. I don't care if you got a prescription for it. Your body is not made to drink lean. But she asked him about Black Lives Matter, and this dude said, I don't care about no Black Lives Matter. All I care about my hoes. I just was like, I started cringing because I know white America was tuned in. And I know that he just proved, check, the stereotype that white people have. Now, this is not a black situation. I'm just telling you that I have a rep to uphold. So everybody thinks that, okay, just this guy got dreads, he's black, he's this, he's that, he's a rapper. So I fit the description, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm brown skinned, but I got dreads or whatever. So now they're gonna come at me like as if I'm stupid like him. Why do we hand our entertainers, how can I put it? When it's a time to be serious, why do we turn our entertainers into intellectuals? That don't make sense. And let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, that CNN does it or Fox News does it. Why is it that we're not condemning that? I'm just trying to understand that. I mean, at least we could have had Roland Martin up there. He would have said a lot more better shit than we could have had Dr. Umar. Hell, we could have had okay, I'm gonna say it. we could have had Carman Polite. But you put Lil Wayne up there to speak on the behalf of black folks. Yo, man, I'm just here to tell you, I'm a different breed. I'm not going to support black people if you put out whack shit. That plain and simple. I'm just not. And if I don't need your product, like say for example, if you selling dog food, right? Which is a good idea. I haven't heard of black people selling dog food, and I mean everybody owns dogs, especially white people. They love their dogs. Maybe you should try doing something like that. Anyway, If you're selling dog food and I don't have a dog, I'm not gonna buy it. You see, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna end it like this, I am a consumer. That I am. I only buy what I want. Stop. I'm gonna say it again. I only buy what I want and what I need. If you don't have what I want or what I need, there is no need or want for your product. I don't give a fuck if you are black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, etc. I don't care. I just don't. And you're not going to dictate, I'm talking to the black community, black Twitter. You're not going to dictate where I spend my money at. You're just not. Period.